What is going on, guys? Zenith here. And I know it's been, I don't know, a few weeks since my previous video, but I had some personal things going on in my life, and I had to go and deal with that, and I didn't really feel like making videos, but now I am back and I am ready and I am recharged. Kind of. I'm gonna do the best I can. I'll put it to you like that. So here we are with episode 2 in this video series of me responding to Yogi Obes, and I realized that the videos that he made are like a month old, and like covering topics that are like a month old on the internet. It's like literally talking about ancient history. It's like talking about Mesopotamia. You know what I mean? I don't know why the internet works like that, but it does. But I'm gonna keep on. I'm gonna finish it because I gotta finish a video series at least once in my life. So in this video, what Yogi did was he asked some of his female viewers to tell him why they do not like nice guys, what their issue with nice guys is. And I'm not really going to be so much responding to what Yogi is saying, because that would take a long time. Instead, I'm going to let Yogi talk about his comments. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Read aloud the messages he got from women, all in the attempt to show you guys what I mean here. And what I mean here is, what I've been saying for years now, my friends, is that what most people describe as a nice guy is not, well, most nice guys are thinking of themselves. Why am I adding all these quotation marks? What people are most describing is passivity, or characteristics of someone that is passive rather than someone that is actually a genuinely kind person. And I want you guys to see from the horse's mouth exactly what I mean when I say they're describing passivity more so than they are describing a genuinely kind individual or nice person or whatever. They're synonyms. I don't even know why I have to quantify that. Anyhow, he's just going to take us away.
From what I've seen, nice guys often create their entire persona to be only passive agreement and good deeds.
Well, there she blew his head. Well, there she blew his head, did she not? And then she is saying that these nice guys are only being passively agreeing, saying that they like what the woman likes, simply so they look good to her. So, I didn't even. I guess we get in the video there. All right. Well, see you guys later. No, okay. So again, very first sentence. Don't really need much analysis there. Basically, what she's saying is she feels that a lot of the nice guys, I guess, she's encountered or that she imagines in her mind are men who create their entire dating persona based on the fact that they do good things for other people, rather than, I guess, any other factor that would be like a thing for dating. I mean, in her mind, of course, she probably wants lots of other stuff. I don't really think that she tells us, and if she does tell us, well, we can talk about that. But basically, she doesn't like passive people saying, yeah, I agree with you, yeah, that makes sense, yeah, that's cool, yeah, that's fun, yeah. And I can explain why in a second. I just want to show you guys, like, literally the first sentence. Passivity. Not really kind thoughtfulness is she really describing here.
Personally, anyone I was in a serious relationship with would have to be stimulating mentally. I don't want someone to just shadow me.
Now, I want to stop here because, and this is partly personal, and I think this is partly, I would say more 60% to really challenge women who say this shit. Because I've seen women say this a lot. I've seen lots of women say that they want to be stimulated mentally. One, I have to ask, how are you stimulated mentally? By dating a drug dealer? I would imagine dating him. I guess the mental stimulation is coming up with all of the different mental gymnastics is to justify why he's a great person. Is that mentally stimulating? Okay, no. But seriously, I have seen this a lot. A lot of people, whenever they say what they like about a relationship partner, and I was guilty of this too when I was younger, a lot of people always say that they want to be stimulated, like, mentally. But the reality of the situation, or the reality of a lot of attraction when it comes to human beings, honestly, and again, even I myself was guilty of this, is actually it's actually just really physical. And if not even just physical, but more than anything, emotional. What I'm saying here is, a lot of people say they want people who are intelligent, but they won't give a fuck about if the person is intelligent enough if they're attractive enough for them. Like, be genuinely serious, right? And I was similar. I wanted a girl to love me, right? I just wanted a woman to treat me well because I was sick of being treated like garbage by women. So there's this one girl, and I'll tell the story about her at some point in the future, who was just nice to me. And I'm gonna be real with you guys, man. She was as dumb as a sack of fucking rocks. Like, she was not a smart person at all. All that bullshit I used to tell people all the time. I love smart girls. I love intelligent. Actually, I mean, I do, but it was not even any kind of a requirement for me. I used to tell people that shit all the time, but it was not a requirement. The moment this girl came and she had a cute face and she was nice to me and she was a good friend to me, I didn't give a fuck about whether or not she was smart. I liked her regardless of that. And for a lot of people, that's the truth. The truth of the matter is, they when you think intellectually about what you like and what you're attracted to, you're always going to say the best things. But the reality of the situation is, half the time, you're not really even going to require that, need that, or even be attracted to it. And this happens with a lot of women. A lot of women say that they're attracted to things from a logical, mental, emotional point. Logically, they'll say, I'm attracted to X. But what you will see consistently in the men that they date, nary that trait. Which means, even though intellectually it makes sense, the reality, the physical people they're having sex with or dating, it doesn't matter. That's not really what they want. That's not really what they're going for. And I do think that's very important to bring. It's quite the tangent, but I do think it's a very important one. Continue.
Also, they tend to believe acting in this way is a gift to women and that they then deserve sex. Just my thoughts.
Now, I actually have to give credit to Coach Red Pill for this one. I don't really like Coach Red Pill because I think he's way too arrogant for his own good. But I will have to give him just a little bit for this one, because he did put it very succinctly. And that is, one point I can't forget is the fact that women do not give out sex as a reward. They give out sex to get something back. In other words, if you're already giving women whatever they could have gotten by being sexy or having sex with you, then they're not going to reward you with it. Okay? Sex is one of women's most powerful cards to play, if not the most powerful card a woman could play. So if you're being nice to try to earn the favor of a woman, it's just not going to work, my friend, because she's already getting the benefits of what she would have gotten if she had sex with you or if she was in a relationship with you. There's no reason for her to then say, oh, okay, I'm getting all these things. Now, of course, this is from the mind of like a pretty selfish woman. This is like the mind of a woman with like no honor, and this is obviously like the mind of a woman that cares not for the men that she just think, or is even like really wants to have a good relationship. Like, you can't, like, you can't want to be in a healthy relationship if your mindset is, well, I'm already getting these things by not having sex with them, so I'm gonna keep, being a fucking life leech. But it is important to note that is how women are viewing sex. Not all women. But it is very important to note that there are women who feel that way. Even if it's not a conscious thought, it is a subconscious thought that their sexuality is used to obtain things. If they're already getting something, then the idea that they should reward nice guys, or the idea that they should have sex with these men who are already giving them things, is just ludicrous to them. It's like, why would I do that? For example, it's like this. It's like someone comes to your house and gives you food every single day. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, I've given you food for like the past 4 weeks. Can I get some money? You're like, nigga, I didn't ask you to bring me all this food. The fuck you mean? And that's how women are seeing it. It's like, you keep giving me all this shit, but I'm just here. Like, I have no obligation to you. Like, you did this of your own free will. Like, why do you now expect me to give you anything? That's how they're seeing it. And I can understand why it would be frustrating or annoying, but I mean, the more you know in this particular circumstance. So that is an explanation as to why women are so, why they have such disdain for the entitlement of men, which is a whole topic that can be delved in on its own, but I'll go do it on its own.
Next, they can come across as pushovers and seem like they may be a bit too vanilla and lack a burning passion towards me.
I mean, is any analysis really required for that one? Once again, passivity, not kindness. Passivity, oh, he feels like he's not actually I mean, I don't think I really need to explain that one. I think that one kind of speaks for itself.
Same person continues, also, I would wonder how they could ever defend or stand up for me if needs be. I would feel they may be too afraid to put waves in the water.
Now, do I need to explain this one? I think it kind of speaks for itself. Once again, her gripes is not with the nice guy treating her well. It's not with the nice guy being thoughtful or caring or considerate. She doesn't think that this man is going to have the courage to stand up for her when the times get tough. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions people have, like just in general, just humanity in general, is that kind people or quiet people or nice people are not going to be the ones who are going to, well, how do I put this delicately, beat that ass when the time comes. Many of people, I mean, look, here's the thing. I mean, is every quiet nerd gonna be able to just like, beat the dog shit out of you if you cross them too much? Yeah, probably not. But to assume that everyone is like, or even to assume that just a nice person is incapable of defending you is just wrong. It's just incorrect. That's just not true. That's just not how the world works. You even have, like, I mean, dogs are like this. I think dogs are pretty good examples of this. Like, you can have a very kind, well-mannered dog that doesn't bark at you. He doesn't bite anyone, doesn't jump at anyone. He just walks around the house. He sleeps and gets up and he says, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" He licks you a few times, goes away. Very pleasant. But the moment you cross that dog's owner, ooh, you're gonna get a fucking world. And there are people who are just like that. And there are people, they just get along to go along. But the moment you cross them, they're going to defend themselves. That's just a normal thing with a lot of people. And the thing about it all is being in modernity, like being in the world as safe as it is here in America, or here in the Western world, like in general, apart from Europe and Europe and the refugees and okay, but you're not normally like encountering very many physical altercations. So being tested like that isn't something that most women or anybody in general will see on a regular basis. So you don't really know who's really going to be able to do this until the time comes. But the assumption, but here's the thing: the reason why women are not, too keen on these different things is because, well, considering the fact that they are small creatures usually, and they are weak creatures on average, they do want men to keep them safe. There's no way around it. They want men to protect them. Like, and any woman can give you any type of bullshit that she doesn't, and I'm independent, they can give you all the bullshit, but when the time comes, they're gonna want a man to protect them, and they feel like these men aren't going to do that because they're passive. I mean, they're wrong in most cases, but I mean that's how they feel.
So next, well, if by nice guy you mean the type of men who feel like they're entitled to sex and get pissed off if a woman kindly rejects them, then yeah, they're the bad ones who don't deserve anyone's attention.
Obviously, you are a bastion of intellectual thought and rigor. You're so fucking smart, aren't you, young ladies? Yeah, duh, obviously. Neither are drug dealers, and neither are gangbangers. Neither are assholes. Neither are jerks. Neither are neglectful douchebags. I can do this all day and all night. Like, yeah, obviously, like, shitty people should not be in relationships. The only difference is, ironically, like, the degrees of shittiness that I have described does not deter women. So it really kind of begs the question as to why is that shittiness not okay, but all the other shittiness is okay? And that is actually a very interesting question, now don't you think? I mean, seriously, guys, like, stop and think about this one for a second. You have women who will date men that will abuse them and neglect them and call them names and treat them badly, neglect their children, deal drugs, all these bad things I already described. I'd be redundant for me to keep going. And yet, for some reason, the entitled nice guy, that's where the fucking line gets drawn. And really, it's like, okay, all things considered, I get why you wouldn't want to date a guy like that who feels like, you owe him sex. Fair. But then what about all this other nasty negative bullshit? Now I'm going to leave that one for you guys to think about. Like, I want you guys to really think about that one. Let that one stir in your mind at just how kind of out there that shit really is when you think about it.
If you're talking about legit nice guys who are good people all around, then women who decide to not go out with these types, well, it's their loss.
Fair enough. Now, I'll stop the commentary on those comments there, because that was pretty much the last one. And the rest of Yogi's video is him recounting the positive things that women liked about nice guys. I don't really feel like I would be able to really respond to all of that, and you can watch on your own time anyway. So, conclusions, final thoughts, final verdict, okay? My friends, to put it to you bluntly, and to put it to you simply, passivity is honestly a trait that you should probably try to avoid having for yourself, and definitely a trait you should probably try to avoid when trying to find anyone to date, whether it be a man or a woman, okay? I understand why women don't want to date men who are passive. I understand how their minds are working and what they're thinking. The only problem is the fact that because a lot of these women don't think critically and don't seem to understand that kindness is, again, an action, and I want to do it rather than passivity. I am allowing an action to fall upon me because I am scared of the consequences, or I do not wish to be bothered, are two totally different things. They're not the same thing, even if they are expressed similarly. A lot of people, just not even just women, but in general, certainly underestimate people who are nice, people who are agreeable, people who try to fix problems, and people who are quiet without ever having any understanding or any, I don't know the word I'm looking for, without having any knowledge that the fact that this person can definitely be very dangerous. And I'm not really even, you definitely are, as a woman, like, you're definitely going to want to date a guy that's going to protect you. Like, it's just, you're a woman, like, okay? So, obviously I understand why women want to be protected, but without the ability to discern the difference between someone who is passive and someone who is kind, you're going to end up mistaking people who are absolutely going to protect you and keep you safe and love you for people you don't think are going to be able to have a backbone. The truth of the matter is, there's going to be plenty of men who will absolutely fight and defend a woman that they love and care about, but they will probably not argue and fight and pass the shit test women give them. The reason why is because those men like those women, so why the fuck would they want to have an argument with them? A lot of women don't seem to grasp that concept, that when a man likes you, like, he's going to try to make your life better. And so that failure does fall on the women, and it's not really talked about enough or a lot in my experience, what I've seen on the internet, which is why I'm making this video now anyway. And in fact, that is what is going to lead me to the next video that I intend on making, which is actually a video I should have made years ago, and that will be Nice Guys, Jerks, and the Girls Who Date Them, episode 3, my friends. So, in conclusion, my friends, I hope you guys got something out of today's video, where you guys got to see the comments that the women gave to Yogi. Yogi's commentary on it is bullshit. It's not necessary. What I do think is important is for you guys to see the common traits. Again, there's only like 4 or 5 different women, so you're not gonna run like a statistic on it, you know what I mean, or use any scientific data. But just kind of using your basic common sense, you'll find that yes, a lot of women do feel this way, and they're not entirely accurate in their description of nice guys or men in general around them. And it's really important for both men and women to understand the difference between being passive and being kind. Being kind is an action I want to do. Even if it might come at my expense, I feel like helping you is more important, or is better than my loss. Whereas passivity is, I am afraid to challenge you, or I am afraid to do anything to defend myself because of the consequences, right? So the action might be the same, but the motivation is different. And that nice, kind person, because they're kind, guess what's going to protect you, but the passive person most definitely is not, because they don't want any confrontation at all. As a woman, you're going to have to learn how to discern between the two different things, because otherwise you're going to get the alternative, which is someone who's just going to be really shitty, who you think is going to keep you safe, or who you think, because they have some edge, is nice to be around, or is better than what you've been given. In all actuality, it's a hell of a lot worse. I'm telling you that right now. So that being said, man, I surely hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, man, go ahead and click the like button, and shoot, go and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below, and as always, you guys have yourselves a great day. I'll see you cool cats soon. Adios.